Hello, my name I am Vannak. Now I'm about to tell you about my life. I show you the place I like.
I like to show you our family house. I am Vanna, 17 years old, and I live in a village in which all the inhabitants live from useful things we find in the rubbish. I have a brother and live with my father and his second wife, whom I call my mother now.
This is mother.
I have not much spare time and I don't have a girlfriend. And the television does not work in this village, because we had a big power breakdown. My father was a soldier and lost one leg in peacetime when he stood upon a landmine. My real mother then let divorce him. She didn't want a man without work and income. I stayed as a baby with my father. He had a cow and we lived from selling his milk. He wanted to get a formation as a mechanic and he gave me in care to neighbors. But then other children threw me into the water and luckily some adults saved my life. Since then I have an eye disease. Now we arrive at my former school. Here I learned earlier before I started to work on the dump. But finally I would like to go back to school. I would be prepared to give my best.
His writing has some fish, the fish and not happy or a woman is running to.
I reached the third degree in school and I would like to get a new scholarship, hopefully from BSDA. In my spare time, I like to go to the market. I'll show you the place. After the incident, when my father lost one leg and I was thrown away, my father stopped his formation so that we could stay together. His pension from the army went to somebody else. Like this, corruption works. He couldn't do anything about it. When we went to Siem Reap, a town with a lot of visitors looking at the temples of Angkor Wat, he worked as a beggar with me on the road, and he found a new wife. She was HIV-positive and he got the disease too. But later, my brother was born without it. The police was much against the beggars, because the tourists do not like them. That's why they collected one day all and deported them to other provinces. Our family hid it away with neighbors.
Nhưng mỗi là trộn phía ấy, vô phía chắc trộn mót.
When I was 2 years old, we moved to Kampong Cham to this site. I visited this Catholic school. My parents needed to go 6 hours by bus to Siem Reap very often to get their HIV medicaments. After some bureaucratical troubles, finally they got the permission to get them in Kampong Cham. Then my parents got into a crisis and we went with my father back to Siem Reap. Like this, I lost my scholarship. On the banks of the Mekong River, I like to walk and go sometimes as well to this temple to feed the monkeys. After the family crisis, my mother came to Siem Reap too, and the reunified family decided to move back to Kampong Cham. The former school now wanted money for the lessons, which was out of our possibilities. But an American supported me for half a year. Then the neighbors thwarted that with rumors. Therefore, I started to work in the dumps and cared for my little brother as well. My father told me to learn first hardly. Later on, I would like to work in a real company, best with nutrition.